Hello, Mr. J here. Okay, so the Fresh Prince ran from 1990 to 1996, lasted 6 years, 6 seasons. Very entertaining show. Every episode was entertaining. The first 3 seasons were pretty good. The show started to get stale during the fourth, fifth, sixth season. You had two different Vivians. The first Vivian was dark skinned. She was in the first I think she was in the first 3 seasons, and then seasons 4, 5, and 6 they had a light skinned Vivian. One thing I didn't understand about the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, how can you go from a dark skinned woman who was skinny, dark skinned, sassy, and then they change it up, and then by season 4, they change her into a light skinned woman who doesn't have any personality. A lot of people did not like the second Vivian. The first Vivian, Janet Hubert, and a lot of people don't know this, but the reason that she was fired, I don't think she was. I think she quit the show. As far as I know, she was pregnant, and then there was a lot of reasons going on in her life at the time. Will Smith was the star of the show. They might as well call, instead of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, they should have called it the Will Smith Show. Just like they called it the Cosby Show because it was basically his show. They didn't call it the Huxtable Show. Remember the Cosby Show that ran from 1984 to 1992? They called it the Cosby Show because it was his show. He was the star of the show. They didn't call it the Huxtable Show. But anyway, the first Vivian we all know was dark skinned and she was sassy, and throughout she was a mentor. She spoke her mind. She was the typical black woman who did not take crap from anybody. So Will Smith would start the show, and he was goofy, and he was always playing practical jokes. He was childish. He was in his 20s. He was 22 years old, but he looked like a teenager. He looked about 18 when he was 22. He looked a couple years younger than his age, but he could. As far as I know, Janet Hubert and Will Smith did not get along with each other on the series. On the show, they seemed to be fine. Even on the show, there were episodes where they seemed like they didn't get along. There were episodes, but behind the set of the show in real life, they didn't really like each other. Will Smith said she was difficult. They argued a lot. She was jealous of Will Smith because Will Smith. It was supposed to be a show about the family, and not. She figured, why is he getting all? He actually, Will Smith got more pay. He had more episodes. More episodes revolved around him. She wanted episodes to revolve around her. She wanted to show her life. Stories about the Vivian character, but she was getting really jealous of Will Smith, and this is why she quit the show. Um, and once she quit the show, the ratings did drop a little bit. Once she quit, she was a star. She was very funny. I thought that she brought a lot of life to the show. She was like the mother figure. I know a lot of black women who behave just like her. They know a lot of black women are very, can have attitude, sassy a little bit, but she was a loving mother, and but they just couldn't click. And then they had a reunion, I think last year. Last year there was a reunion where they hadn't spoken to each other. They came back and he apologized, and they both made up. But I think it was really good. The show was really good. The show really did get stale during season 4. After she left the show just wasn't the same anymore. I did like season 6. I thought season 6 was pretty good. But the reason the show ended, it ran from 1990 to 1996. But the reason the show ended was because of low ratings. People just started losing interest. As I said before, people were so focused on shows like Seinfeld, Friends, The Simpsons, that there wasn't really interested in the Fresh Prince. It was old. It ran its course. Lasted 148 episodes. Actually, most people didn't know this, but the Fresh Prince of Bel Air was supposed to end in season 4. When Will Smith goes to Philly to live with his mother, that was supposed. There was like a 2-part episode. You all remember him, where he pretends to be Rocky. He runs up the steps and he collapses, and some guy steals his wallet. Yeah, that's the episode. Season 4 was supposed to be the last season, but millions of people they started having complaints from people sending letters and acting crazy. Why are you canceling? So they renewed it for seasons 5 and 6, and then there was supposed to be a season 7, but then Will Smith was too busy. He was tired. He didn't want to spend his whole life making TV shows. So he quit and started making movies. And so he did Men in Black, which came out a year later in '97, the summer of '97, which grossed millions. One of his highest grossing movies. And then Aladdin came out in 2019. But other than that, That was one of his highest grossing movies he's ever made. That was a very good movie, which came out in 1997. I remember watching that on VHS tape. They had a little thick VHS tape. But anyway, that's pretty much the whole story to it. And they apologized 27 years later. Where, but that's pretty much it.